coming to y'all at Sunday, May 31st, 10:05. And today I kind of just wanted to add on to yesterday's topic and kind of make a part two, I guess, in a way. And because today, especially towards the end of today, I just been just thinking, because it's good to think, but sometimes when you think too much, you kind of scare yourself, because your thoughts can get so deep and enticing that you find yourself searching for more answers. And I guess for my instance, in my case, finding more answers won't necessarily give me solace or clarity, but kind of leave me in more of a fearful state, if that makes sense. Because I really sat down and just I want everybody to just I feel like at every point in someone's life they kind of do this thing where they realize how many friends you have and how many true friends you have. Because you have acquaintances, you have people you see on a day-to-day, whether that's work or school or neighbors or whatever. Those are acquaintances. Those aren't necessarily the people you would call friends. And even if you do, they're not true friends, So I kind of did that myself, where I forced myself to think, what friends do I have? True friends, not acquaintances. And the conclusion kind of scared me because it was little to as one. And I wasn't at a state of sadness, but because I guess it's just I've come to terms with that over the years, because I kind of realized that at a young age. But I feel like that's what happens with humanity. People adapt so quickly. To me, it's scary, because you can run, for an example, you can run the scenario of what will happen, what will people think of me if I died, Anyone can run that scenario in their own head, and I'm sure everybody has run that scenario in their head. But at a certain point, you have to come to a realization that people are going to adapt. And they're not going to think of your name on a day-to-day basis. People are going to forget who you are. No matter who you were, people are eventually going to forget who you are. And that kind of makes the hypothetical what will happen when I die kind of come to an end, because if everyone is just going to adapt and eventually forget who I am, what's the point of creating that scenario? It's going to leave you in more sadness, if you ask me, because I don't know, I just find it silly, because I have friends tell me that they contemplate those scenarios a lot, but it's just a means to an end, really, because human nature says that we will all just adapt one day. So, look at Kobe. Look at Kobe Bryant. No disrespect to him and his legacy or anything that he's done, but how often do you think of him on a day-to-day basis? And look how much impact he had on this world. So think about an average person who hasn't amounted to the amount of greatness that he's achieved, or isn't showcased that in front of the world as he did, So it's just, we are nothing at the end of the day. I don't know. I've come to a conclusion and point in my life where I don't know if this is just a phase, or I don't know. Many people have told me it's just a phase, but I've come to a conclusion that I have to lessen my mind state or dumb it down in order for me to like find happiness, if that makes sense. I have to like think in a narrow-minded, simple, plain view if I truly want to be happy. Because if I don't, I will start diving into deeper things. Because if you really dissect things that you enjoy and all these things that we call like love and everything else, it all comes to a means of an end, or it's like pointless. It's pointless because none of it matters, you know? And I feel like this brings me to another point. I'm gonna like reference Joe Barlozzi because I got inspiration to say this specific thing from him. Is that out of 8 billion people, there are so many, not everyone, there are so many people who are just like mindless beings who don't think about the day-to-day consequence of life and death. Who don't think about their living, their being. There's so many people who don't kind of grasp that concept. I feel like in my life I've met so many people that don't really grasp the concept that they're like alive or their consciousness. People don't gain that consciousness, and I feel like when you do gain that consciousness, it's like it's a sadder way. Like it's a more depressing way to view life because you start questioning religion, reality, friends, love. You start questioning everything. You don't know if anything's real, you know. But to those people who don't have consciousness, they're the most happiest, carefree people ever because they don't think about things too deeply. And in a way, I envy that because I guess in a state of realization I'm in right now, it's kind of like sad. Like, and as I said, I have to dumb things down in order to find true happiness. So it's just kind of crazy, silly thought. I have this other thought that and I've said this, but I think I've said this before that you don't truly know anyone like ever. You don't know anything or anyone. Like your favorite celebrities, your favorite actors, your favorite book, your favorite movie, your favorite TV show, your favorite YouTuber, and like anything. You don't know anything. Like they could all be a facade. They could all be a different person, a different thing, because there's no proof of anything. There's no proof of anything, so you don't know anything. Because like it could all be like fake, unless you truly know the person. You'll never even if you do know the person, you will never truly understand them because you'll never be them and understand their thought process. But it's crazy. And I also want to address something that a friend of mine. I know on this channel I tend to say a lot of things that may seem simplistic or simple, and he kind of quotes me out on that, and I just feel like that's so like irrelative and like in a way that's just so closed-minded thinking a certain term or a certain thing I say is simple because I know I can acknowledge that a lot of things I say on this channel are simplistic, but like my first video, one of the first videos I ever made on this channel is Simplistic Minds. People think that dying, living, people die every day. That's a simple thing, a simple feat, but it's so much deeper than just simple. It's not basic. It's a real life event that happens every day to day. It's not, I don't consider that simple or basic. Like, from a common point of view, from this perspective, it may seem simple and basic because you're just saying it out loud. Like, it's not something someone like actually sees and occurs every day to day. It's just something that happens you can't control. So from a near like it's like saying in 500 years we're all gonna die. By saying that you don't worry because it's in 500 years. You're not worrying about it right now. It's easy to say that because it's so far away, but when it's at hand and you actually see it, it's not simple at all. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting sidetracked, but I don't believe that anything is simplistic at all. You just have to change your perspective. But yeah, another day of thinking. I really want to read and really get into philosophy, or how I'm saying it wrong. But I really do find it intriguing. It questions my religion, it questions my ethics, it questions my moral being, it questions like everything. And in a way, it's kind of sad, but like I'm already too deep in, so I just want to I really want to dive into why I think like this and like why we exist and things of that nature. Um, and I don't encourage everyone to do that. I actually I just want to say that if you're someone who I've mentioned who isn't really conscious in life, it's not necessarily a bad thing at all. I may have said that in a tone where I'm kind of demeaning that. I don't demean that at all. I actually envy you in a way because I don't want to sound condescending, but you live a happier life when you don't think about it too much. Because the less you know, the better. Truly, the less you know, the better. I mean, I'm gonna keep on saying this on the channel, but I truly do want to read more about philosophy books, and I want to take a philosophy class in college. Hopefully, if I can, I want to dive into more of that. Um, just question reality. If like reality is, if even if reality isn't even real, because human coined that term. Like human coined the term time, reality, all this, like all the words humans coined that, like everything. So like everything that we like base our knowledge off, everything that we base our knowledge off of is like built off nothing almost. It's just like shit like that. Like had me thinking like can't sleep at night, or like give me like can't makes me like toss and turn in my sleep. But yeah, hopefully I can work on more music soon. I'm not too like caught up in my head. But yeah, I love you. I want y'all to stay having courage. I probably didn't say that in the grammatic way or that, but yeah, I love y'all. Have courage. Stay at peace. Um, be near to somebody that needs it. Talk to someone, anyone, even if you're not going through anything. Talk to someone. Express your opinion. Express your mind. Express yourself. Be yourself. Smile at your neighbor. Um, just be a human being. Just be a human being, and then like express your value on this planet Earth while you're still here. You know, nothing's ever promised, so there is no tomorrow is never promised. So live the best you can. And I promise, I'm not trying to be like one of those people who are like talking over those Mac DeMarco, Kyrie Irving type of sounds. I don't want to rub off people that way. I don't want to like seem like that because that's like put under the performative category. I don't want to be like put like that. I don't. I probably seem to rub off that way when I say things like that at the end of these videos, like to seem performative or the greetings in the beginning of the video. But I don't intend to truly do that because honestly, I don't make these videos to like go popular and blow up one day. I make these videos simply as a time capsule, so I can, in 10 years, hopefully when I'm pursuing music, I can look back at videos like this to see the state of mind and the perspective I had. And because like these videos will forever be trapped in time. Well, not forever, but like for the time being that I'm alive, it will be trapped in time, like a time capsule. So if I cringe anyone out or I seem like I'm being performative, I apologize to you. But maybe you just need to broaden your perspective. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I don't want to make this too long, 14 minutes. Sunday, May 31st. Sunday, May 31st, 10:20. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed, stay peace. Peace.